Let's look at the learning design that went into creating the majesty of music and math by looking at the teacher guide for Act 1 Rhythm. What we want you to experience as a digital innovator are the processes that you can apply to your own work as we've done them here in this project with KNME. The Majesty of Music and Mathematics was the result of a documentary that KNME did with the Santa Fe Institute for Math and the Santa Fe Symphony for Music. Let's look at an actual clip and see how we've now designed instructional learning experiences for the students to go deeper than they could simply by watching the video. Then we'll look at the methodology that allows this to happen. When we go into the actual video clips...
My name is Chris Moore. I'm a mathematician here at the Santa Fe Institute. I love math, but some of my friends tell me that their experience with it was a bit more like this.
C squared equals A squared plus B squared.
But for me, math is more like this, listening to music on the plaza. It all starts with a vibration. The drummer strikes the drum and makes it vibrate, which makes the air vibrate, which makes your eardrums vibrate. Your mind does the rest, translating those vibrations into beats and tones.
From there we go to the activities. In this activity with the sound waves experiment, you see the notes below. So students are guided to an explanation of what they're going to do. The connection to mathematics is made over here, and then they actually have the opportunity to go and use the tool. All of the tools that we have here are from the Google Chrome Music Lab experiments, and as students interact with the website, they get to actually try the techniques that they've been shown. And then they're asked to explain what they've just seen. So this is a web-based resource that's going to go into PBS LearningMedia. And at the top, our navigation is using the musical staff to take us through the activities. Home is always here, and you can always tell where you are by what's showing up after the staff. So we begin with explaining what this is all about. Each act has its own explanation. Act 1 is about rhythm, what sound is like through time. On the left, we're connecting with mathematics, and we use the standards of practice, the 8 standards of practice for mathematics. The explanation will always be on this side. Our learning design model comes from LEVERS, and here we're using universal design for learning. So in every activity, you'll see the math connection, and then multiple means of engagement, representation, action, and expression, as shown by each of these 3 activities. There's always an intro video explaining what we'll do, and then the opportunity to go and do it yourself, and then the reflections on what you've just experienced. Our learning model comes from LEVERS and is explained here. We validate the evidence in LEVERS according to a logic model, and a logic model has 3 pieces. It combines the gain in experience with the gain in task complexity, and ultimately with the performance quality. So when you have green on all 3 of these levels, you are now at a level of professional quality. The experience levels range from something that you don't know about that you need to know, to something you're aware of that you've never done, to something where you actually have an example of using that competency, and the highest level where you've coached somebody else in that competency. In terms of quality, you might have to redo something that had too many problems. It's better to just start over. Or there might be a small number, 1 or 2 significant problems, which if when fixed would result in that strong example. And in 5% of the cases, we have the best ever quality for that particular example. In terms of task complexity, there are 4 levels as well. Recall tasks include these things. These are not activities that people typically get paid to do. It's expected that they know how to do these things before they get hired. The skills and concepts level are more sophisticated. The thinking involved in these tasks is at a more significant level. But still, these are elementary tasks that no one would get paid to do. At the strategic thinking level, this is where we begin to see the skill sets that people are looking for in employment. Here we're looking at more significant use of mental processes to define problems that have an expected answer. And at the extended thinking level, employers are asking people to be able to analyze, apply concepts, connect, create, critique findings, design, prove, synthesize. So as we move up these levels of complexity, we're moving into the areas where the skills that employers are demanding come into play, and we're generating evidence of those. From there, we go to the preparatory background experience because not everyone is a music teacher. So this background information can help, again, tied to the math standards that we're talking about. This methodology is consistent across all of the activities that we have. In the same way that not all teachers are music teachers, not all teachers are math teachers. So we take the approach of the standards of practice. All 8 are shown here with a video that makes the direct connection to music. But the explanation of these standards of practice, making sense of problems, the ability to reason abstractly, the ability to construct viable arguments, the ability to model with mathematics, the ability to use tools strategically, the ability to attend to precision, the ability to make use of structure, and the ability to use regularity in repeated reasoning. These higher order thinking skills are multidisciplinary. So no matter what you're teaching, your students' ability to make sense of problems or reason abstractly, any of these 8 are absolutely essential in terms of making connections to real life. So we provide the guidance here available to the teacher at any time. And when you're done, you have completed the teacher's guide that's going to equip you to use this with your classes at your particular grade level. This same methodology could be used in any subject, connecting the academics, the career, and the digital skills. So that's what we want to explore with you through the accounts that we're giving you as a digital innovator. We look forward to working with you to extend the limits of what's known and how we know it. Thanks a lot.